So anyways, I guess that like what I can do today is start blocking the lower part of the body. Yeah, I think I could do that. And I have the impression I'm going to cough like every 2 seconds. Let me just take another sip. Maybe it'll help. Thanks for being with me in this very sick evening. And by sick, I mean sick, y'all. Marco, I really wanted to thank you for the stream today. Despite recovering from sickness, you managed to still teach us something. Oh, my pleasure. Really have to go, but I'm looking forward to watching. Cheers. All right. Well, see you later. I hope that you come back. Did our Elden Frog yoink some armor from the Tree Sentinel? Actually, is it from? No, it's from the. It really looks like the same thing when you think about it. But I was actually a bit more inspired by the middle piece of the Valkyrie. Is it a Valkyrie? Whatever the people that that look like Melania. Thanks for being with us, even when you were sick. Well, my pleasure. It's been a while that I streamed, so I definitely wanted to make a little appearance. Definitely the sickness dude tonight. Yeah, down with the sickness. All right. Cool. All right, let's do something. Let's do something. Wonk. Okay. I think I'm gonna just like create some mesh for the pants real quick based on this mesh here for sure. This mesh is actually made of 2 meshes. Really? Alright, I'll actually need to dynamesh all of that to make my life easier. So let's go. Dynamesh that. Boom! One piece. Then that should be high enough for the pants. I don't even gonna need all of that, but let's see this is gonna be alright. Delete that. Let's do a little polish, especially just to make sure that the edges are not so jagged. And then a little zit remesh right there. The clean rod knight. Yeah, I mean I've never learned the name, so I trust you. So yeah, we have this here right now. This mesh is kind of weird a little bit. I guess there were still some weird artifacts, so I'll just give it a bit of a cleaner silhouette real quick. See if it gives me something more usable. Normally I don't fight too much against the algorithm. I just know that like if I give it a cleaner surface and silhouette borders and whatnot, it gives me better results. Sorry for a second. All right, so once we have that, let's go for Z remesh. This time it should be better. Yeah, this is a pretty decent. There's kind of like a weird thing happening here. Huh, I wonder why. It's actually a pretty clean mesh down there. You know what? Let's make it this. Also, it'll show people like something I do sometimes. So I use the slice curve. Oops. You see slice curve here. Sometimes I just add like a loop. Well, I mean a polygroup. And in the Z remesh, here we have a keep group option. So it'll actually like give me loops around the different polygroups. I'm just gonna mirror, then mirror and weld this. So this is like me telling him like I absolutely want loops here, here, and here. So let's redo that Z remesh. Much better. Indeed. But it can be even better. All right. So you see, actually now it worked. I gave him more restriction and it gave me a better topology. So cool. All right. Did I just get a sub? Ooh, Julio. Thank you for the sub for 4 months. Holy mackerel. It's very cool. Thanks a lot. Very appreciated. Okay, arm, torso. Let's just insert it at the bottom here. New folder. I don't know, pants. There we go. So now we have this. So let's just inflate it a little bit. And of course it'll be baggy pants, so I'll need to work on this entire shape and everything. So let's start by just subdividing it, maybe another level. Maybe that'll be enough. Let's add a layer on that. I'll just try to give it like a bit of the bagginess that I'm looking for. Maybe I'll remove the cape here. What? Another sub by Rouge Leader. Pretty cool. That's very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Oh, we got a hype train now. I am very hyped. I'm very hyped. Hey, it's my pleasure, Julio. Thanks for the sub again. Welcome back from vacation. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. All right, let's remove the cape at the back because that's kind of like disturbing. Let's just keep the second cape here. Choo choo. Yes, indeed. So there's going to be a tightness around the knees. So I'm going to compensate for that. What? Pete. Your generosity knows no bound. All right, yeah. So the one thing that I talked about earlier was the cloth hook brush, and even in this like very early stage of just blocking the general shape, we can see what it does, especially to the areas where it's like wrinkling and everything. Not necessarily the areas with the where the cloth is folding, because anyways, I'm not gonna work on the pants for this section for what's like happening here, because I'll need to put it in pose before it makes sense to work on this part. So yeah, but like if we're actually using the oops, cloth hook brush here, so you can see that you can see you can give some pretty interesting effects. Oops, no, that's just a bit too strong. It's already pretty interesting what it can do. And you see, because of the subdivision level that I am in right now, yeah, because of the subdivision level that I am in right now, it does actually give me like bigger wrinkles. Anyways, like I said, for this part here and there, where all the gravity is going to happen, this is not usually how I would go by things. But for the rest of the areas, anyways, it's kind of like just giving a little like flavor thing. Sometimes I'll use move, just a standard move to get the bit of the volume back and stuff. Sorry. I'm buying my right to troll you with as many dynamic mesh comment as I chose. Indeed you do. Indeed you do. Soggy bottoms. Where did I hear that? Soggy bottoms. Hey Pete, did you join my Discord channel? I hope you did. For anybody that's actually that don't know, I created a Discord channel after a couple of people suggested me to do so. So for anybody that's interested, if you go at the bottom of either of those links, you'll see a sorry, if you at the bottom here, if you go on any of those links here or here, you'll see that there's a there's going to be a Discord shortcut, and basically it's an invite to go on our channel. So our Discord channel is ready. Hop on, everyone. Let's have fun. From the British baking show, I guess. It kind of tells me something. J-Style, yeah, I like it. I really like it. I'm happy that you like it as well. So, anyways, um, let's leave it at that for the moment. For the cloth, um, I could add depth. Like, you know what? I'll just sorry. This is not a. I don't need to do that right now, but oops. Oh yeah, I had a layer on top of that. Yeah, fine. I'll be fine like this. I might have to remesh this again because of the deformation, but for the moment, this is just a blocking anyway. I'm just going to create like a quick panel loop, but I'm actually going to delete part of like what's inside because I don't need the entire inside. like if I just grow my selection, I know that I'll never need more than um, like this here. I'm just gonna delete that. Plus there's other inside parts. Those I will not need. Oops. There we go. And I can basically just close the rest. I'm gonna use like the Z modeler close convex. Not close convex, but close hole. Yeah, there we go. Here as well. We're gonna put them in the same poly group. And there you go. So now it's a closed mesh. Doesn't really matter that much. I just wanted to show this tool quickly. But what I can do is maybe subdivide a little bit more. So in case I want to add some like wrinkles even in the polish stage, well, now I can. Anyways, well, at least we have this here. Well, it is a commonly used phrase in baking. A soggy bottom is like when you bake a pie, but the bottom pastry is wet and uncooked. I see. Pistol Pete, the pie master. Or Pistol Pete, the pie. Um, pie. I'm too sick to think. I just wanted to have like the 4 P's. Pistol Pete, the pie. Patron. L'entarte. La fistinière. The pie professional. There you go. Pistol Pete, the pie professional. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right, so we're going to add another layer. Oops, don't need to save at this point yet. I really have the choice of like what to add next. It could be like the boots. Yeah, let's go for the boots with the fur. For a second, I was gonna use the intonation to say with the fur, but I know I'm just gonna choke if I try to do that. I swear to God, like it feels that I'm like on every millisecond. I have the impression I'm just gonna cough. Ooh, that's way too high. That's better. For the blocking of the boots. So, question is, am I going to make boots with soles or the fur? Sorry, that's what I meant. Boots with soles, or am I gonna make the boots the same way that those gloves are kind of like made a bit? Yeah, I think I'm gonna follow the same idea for the boots. I'm gonna make them like they're a bit not super well done. When you decided to go from block to a clean mesh. When you decide to go from block to a clean mesh, let's say the shoulder armor, for example. Whenever I want, I guess. It's kind of hard to answer this question. Like for me, like this, the shoulder pad right now is pretty much the final shape, I'd say. But it really depends. I could do it now, like I could do it later. But since this piece is kind of like it's in symmetry, I'm probably going to polish it before I pose it, though. Whereas the pants, they're gonna be like really not symmetrical after I'm done posing them, so I might just work on them after the posing. Actually, dude, there's a glove. There's a two pairs of glove. Ah, but the gauntlet though, yeah. The gauntlet is just one side. Poor him. Poor him. So yeah, knowing that the boot could have the possibility of actually being very close to the anatomy, I might have actually worked a little bit more on the anatomy of the foot, because now I actually have a bit of work to make the foot shape more interesting. Oh, oops. Deleted, deleted more than I wanted. Sorry for your pronunciation, not a native English speaker. Well, it's all good. Neither am I. No worries about that. let's do the same little trick of like giving some thickness to the material as well. Let's just remove the. It's a bit too thick for here. There we go. I'll work on making the border of the boots later. I'll be just adding a little simple loop. But for the moment, I just want to add like the pieces I'm going to play around with. Like the bandages is pretty much the other thing. I could actually already go and grab some of the those bandages and see how I can reuse them. Marco, do you pose the character using Transpose Master? Yes, I do. You hide the pants to avoid deformation while posing the leg. Or just pose all together and fix the deformation later. Well, whatever I pose, there's going to be deformation, so I need to resculpt a lot of it anyway. Usually I try to pose like the most that I can in one shot, but sometimes there's a lot of things that are like floating pieces. Like, for example, like his cape, I don't need to pose it because it will be pretty much all done after the posing. So yeah. So yeah, the cape is something like I will not pose before. And sometimes like if you have like bags around like pouches or bags around a belt, sometimes I'll pose them like after. But everything that's pretty much like tight to the body and stuff, I try to pose it like in one shot, even if I will need to resculpt it. Like sometimes there's some things on the body, like for example, like this arm, like I sculpted it pretty much to the final level already. But if when he closes the arm, I need to redo some of the wrinkles around the arm, that's just something I need to do. Perfect. Awesome, possum. Just trying to get a generally more interesting foot shape. Hey there, Ikas Art. Welcome, welcome. like you see what I was saying earlier about the cloth for the brush for the cloth. You see how like the wrinkles are actually like very tight. This is because of the subdivision. If I am to play with the subdivision, it makes the wrinkles like a bit like fatter, which is a good thing in that case. I just want to create the like compression around the boot area here. Now when you bring the subdivision higher, boom. Already a good start. I don't think I'm gonna print the frog now, since it's kind of like me mixing two universes that are licenses. I don't know that I'm gonna take that chance. Do you think they'll ever do a remake of Chrono Trigger? Like, you know what they're doing with Final Fantasy VII? I feel like they should have been doing that with Chrono Trigger as well. That game is so epic that I get the Clockhook brush. Ah, it's native to ZBrush. To use Marvelous for some specific stuff. Yeah, sometimes like baggy pants like this, like for this section of the bagginess, I might use Marvelous. We'll see. We'll see after I pose. Like I'll try with the snake hook brush, but if I see that I'm fighting against it, I might just yeah, use Marvelous. Yeah, it's a pretty good tool. Pretty good tool. We'll see if I need to redo the bandages. Right now, I'm trying to be lazy, since it's not the super important part. This is a way that I save on time, is when areas of the character are maybe not as important. I always try to see how I can cut corners with them. trying to make as if part of the bandages is a. Kanam, how will you deal with cloth fold deformation after posing? Is there any difference between sculpting details before or after posing? Well, like I said, I'm going to pose and then I'm going to sculpt the pants. Like this is just a blocking, just for fun. It took me a second to do so. So I won't be really using that. Like I might be posing that maybe as a base, and we'll see what I'll do. But this is just something for later, since there's no reason to finish this in symmetry because there's going to be so much alteration after posing. I'll deal with the polishing and detailing after posing. Morbidity, I hope you had a great holiday. Yeah, it was fine. It was good. It was good. I had I attended a wedding, and then I had a business trip, and both were cool. It was fun. And then I came back home and I got sick, but everything is fine. I'm getting better. And thanks for the follow. Green hamster. Yeah, it's did you fall for it? So since I'm not really going to show the back of this character, uh, it's not really a big deal if I if the bandage doesn't really make sense. Good old memories. So a lot of what I'm doing is just making sure that the silhouette is interesting. Yeah, it was unfortunate. Yesterday was unfortunate. My God, yesterday was the worst the worst day. It's not enjoyable. Hey, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. There you go. That's going to be enough sense in it for the moment. That's a lot of blocking. Hey, this is maybe a stupid question that you must get a lot, but how do you deal with your subtools before exporting them, exporting when 3D printing? And do you slice with lychee or photon or other? Well, I actually have a whole episode on that, so I'd say just watch the my episode on 3D printing on YouTube. It will answer all your question. But no, I have this whole technique in ZBrush, and then I put it in Formlab. I also tried Chidu Box, which was fine. The problem with the Formlab is that once you create the supports, you cannot export your result in a universal format. They really try to keep it in Formlab, which I actually don't respect. I find it's fucking dumb. I know that it's dumb, but it's like they're really trying everything to just like keep everything with their own software and stuff or whatever. I don't appreciate that at all. I like my Formlab, my Form 2, a good machine and everything, but that part is just it's just bad. They're trying to be the Apple of treaty. Hey, thanks for the follow. So for the little like piece of like chainmail here that's dangling, I'll need a geometry for that for sure. But yeah, I think I'll do this one and after the posing. But I'll still need something just for right now. So let's see. Let's use these pants, just that orange loop. Let's create a thickness. All on the thickness here. And let's just use the outside part, like here. There you go. And I will only need it for the front. Any tips on how to solve 2D design to 3D? I'm trying to do a concept in 3D. It looks okay, but some stuff doesn't sit well. Not sure if it's because I suck or need more work on solving design. That's a really hard question to answer. Like you see here, I did this little like 2D drawing, just to actually have an idea of like what I wanted to do. I don't always do that. Sometimes I go straight to 3D, but I wanted to try this for this time, and yeah. Even the shape, I don't know what's going to be the best shape for once it's in pose, so it's not like it's not super worth it to like to really go at it. I already fucked it up. I shouldn't have done it like that. Let's get a cleaner mesh. So if I want a little bit more of like mesh going down here, because if I want to use nano mesh, I need to have somewhat of a constant topology. And it might be a bit trivial to do that, but I want to do it. All right, and let's remove parts of that mesh. Actually, the real way I would go at it is to take this, use nano mesh to add these. You know what? I'll just do it now. think that should be okay for the size. So what you do after is, like I did here, just need to load the chainmail brush, create nanomesh brush, and you place it here, and then you can go in nanomesh. And once it's there, size 1. Oops, I forgot. I need to do polygroup all. It's not the cleanest way to do this. Normally you would need to have like a really perfect topology, but it gets some pretty decent results. See, like already that is that's pretty good already. It doesn't really attach on those here though. Maybe if I do this. Ooh, it's pretty good. Pretty good. And like from there, you can move that around, do whatever you want. And I'm going to keep this mesh like this, but I want to commit these chainmail to I think it's one to mesh. Yeah, there we go. So now they're actually they are a real topology. So I just need to take to remove the backdrop. Boom. And now we have the chainmail here. So then what I can do is try to get that like silhouette thing here. Like I said, this is pretty like this might be useless because after I'm posing him, maybe it's not even going to look. I don't know. We'll see. So let's kind of like draw. Like this. Now expand. There we go. I could make a little bit more disappear, get like maybe some like sharper corners. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's a start. I don't know if I'm going to actually want to get rid of the this part of the chainmail, because I can always just like keep them hidden like this. I can give them different poly groups. You see, I can always like hide this section here. I have this part that already exists. Yeah. All right. And then there's kind of like a little piece of like armor on top that's going to be floating. Not floating, but like attached to the chainmail. I could start like placing it like those squares here. Like this, to be efficient, I would probably finish one and place them on top afterwards. I'll probably check what I'm going to do for that on the next stream, because starting to get pretty tired since I'm sick and everything. So I think I'm just gonna save it there for the moment. I didn't really do much on the frog for today, because I took the time to show a little bit of Gabriel before, but I hope that things were fun for people nonetheless. All right, let's save that. Trust me, at the end, it's gonna look good. Wait, so you draw that too, and then you're good. Oh, thank you. He's the boss. Yes, he is. Oh, you mean me? Okay, thanks. I thought you meant the frog. He looks super dope. Thanks. Thanks, G-Style. Thanks, Pete. Much appreciated. Your stream are awesome. Thank you. Hey, my pleasure. Still catching some on YouTube. Yep, for sure. That's what it's there for. Yeah, great stream as usual. Well, thank you. That's really appreciated. Really appreciated. Thank you for the stream. Get well soon. Yep. No, I will. I will get well as soon as possible.